Okay, so this is what I have to work with. Got a request from the girlfriend. She wants her drifter to look a little bit more like that. They're virtually the same car. One is a flux, which means it's brushless, better speed controller. The other is simply a standard sport HPI. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to take some parts off. Start with this. I don't think we need that anymore. Okay. I know from doing my other one that this can come off, and there's good mounting points down in here. There's two solid mounting points right behind the diff, and these will probably come off. I'll fabricate something better to hold the battery in place. Electronics boxes will probably get moved. Speed controller here. It'll be probably somewhere back in the rear end. And I'll remove the rear tower with body mounts, as well as this little piece right here, because I can slide a piece of something underneath and trap it between the diff and the frame. Okay, I've got this thing disassembled as much as I need to get going. We've got a nice slot here and a similar on the front. That should be enough to start building some sort of a body for it. I guess we're going to see how it goes. Okay, so this is what I got so far. 2 pieces of styrene, 1.5 mil. Any local hobby supplier will have it. And my plan is to take 2 pieces and slide them in to the front here. So they sit like that. You see the white in there? Nope. I can drill those holes out, and I can actually trap these 2 pieces of styrene between the bottom plate and this contraption that's holding my diff, which will give me a strong mounting point for any other modifications I want to do and give me something to build off of. So I'm going to get these glued, do the exact same thing to the back, and then I can work from there. Okay, so I have a mount glued together, and I'm going to quickly go over the easiest way I know how to cut styrene. I'm going to try and make the front grille of this first. There's nothing quite like that sick look of about a 31 Ford coming at you on the road. So that's what we're going to start with, and it'll be attached to this, but I'm going to show you how the easiest way to cut styrene real quick. I've marked out 1/4 inch increments on each edge of my styrene. I've got a standard metal ruler with a cork back. It doesn't slide when you put any pressure on it. So you take an X-Acto knife, put it on one mark on the other end. I usually go to the other just to double check, make sure I'm going to get a straight line and even, and pull it. You don't have to use much pressure. As long as your X-Acto knife is sharp, it's going to score the surface. You do it once, and you go back and do it a second time, this time with a little bit more pressure. Your knife blade will follow the original groove. Make that score line just a bit deeper. That comes up on film, but there's a score line. Easiest way I know to cut it is just to lightly bend it, fold it over, and I have a 1/4 inch strip. These sheets are a lot cheaper than buying your styrene in strips. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. I've gone and I've made about 10 of those little strips and cut them to size so that I have a length about 2.5 inches long. And I took all my little offcuts that I had, all the ends that weren't as long as I needed, and cut little squares, about a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. And to make this work and look realistically like the grill on an older car, all you do is start stacking. Right, so you get that finned look. See if we can get that in there better. That way it shows through from the back. You can backlight it like I did with my last car. So all I need to do is glue these up, and then I can go to the next stage. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's all glued up. A little bit messy around the ends. When you glue it with the styrene welding type cement, it has a tendency to melt and squish out the sides. But basically that's the front grille. I'm going to wrap it in a shroud to sort of hide all the ugliness. And I think that's the next step. Alright, next step, this shroud thing that needs to be on the front of this rig. I've got a couple triangular pieces that will sit actually on top of here, so that these sit on a little bit of an angle. It'll add some depth to the front end, and it'll hide all of this stuff and this stuff here. So I'm going to glue it up, and I'll be back when it's finished. Okay, so I've got this thing all put together. Got those little triangles put in the back of this thing. Give it a little bit more of an aggressive stance, makes it look a little bit meaner. Got one step ahead of you guys at least. I fabricated a little bit of a plate to put in the bottom of it. I'm good to go, and I could actually just glue it straight to that and then work from here towards the back of the car. But I'm probably going to end up putting a brass bumper out of tube or rod on the front of this, and I'll mount it somewhere here behind and then have it come forward, probably a couple lights up above, just because I want some impact resistance on this. This one's probably going to see a little bit more abuse than the one that I previously did, but I'm going to leave this video as sort of how I build, sort of give you a couple ideas. Hopefully it helped. Let me know what you think, comment below. Anyways, I'll get back to you next time.